Hello, everyone. So I'm continuing celebrity predictions as promised through January. We're talking about Donald J. Trump. I'm going to be right back. Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. In this video, we're going to see how Donald J. Trump's 2025 is going to go. But I did want to focus on the month of January for him because it is transition time, because he is assuming office once again. It might be a little dicey. We've had some incidents here in the United States which are alarming, to say the least. And I'm just curious how things are going to shake out for him. So, as always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, all the new subscribers. It's really amazing. I'm shocked at the growth that I've seen, and I am just thrilled to the teeth. Thank you so much, guys. It's great to have you all on board. I got some haters here too. Love you. I think you guys are great. Keep at it. Go ahead. I got an answer for everything. I fought Hollywood monsters like you in Hollywood for years. So I want to remind everyone, I do have a members only live today, Saturday at 5 o'clock. So if you are a member, jump on in there. It's just going to be a short live. I'm trying out a new cadence, a new production schedule. So I want to make sure that my members do get the most bang for their buck. So let's bring up the card view. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video and my channel. I'm really sick, guys. So I'm going to bring up that card view. Somebody put a hex on me. No, nobody put a hex on me. So let's see how Donald Trump is going to do. Now, I did have a question in one of the comments. Someone asked me what Q1, Q2 meant, and I have to apologize. So I come from a corporate background. I left my corporate job last year in 2023. October of 2023, I was an insurance broker, and that was my grown-up straight job. But I have been a psychic and a working psychic for over 35 years. I've been doing this for a long time. I started reading cards and working professionally when I was 17. I'm 53 now, so do the math. I am old. The filters are not working as well as they should. But so I break down the year into quarters. So Q1, January, February, March, Q2, April, May, June, Q3, July, August, September, and Q4 is October, November, December. It just makes it a little bit easier for me to manage the reading. Otherwise, we're going to be here for an hour and a half, and people don't like hour and a half long videos. They just want to watch them real quick. So enough of that. I'm going to bring up the card view again. Let's talk about his Q1. And then we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive on January itself. So Q1 for him, January, February, March. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So here's personally, this will be his family, his marriage, those kinds of things. Professionally, this is going to be his political career. And we'll look at health too while we're at it. So personally, he's going to be burning the candle at both ends. He's going to have a lot of stuff going in different directions. And there's going to be some people that are upset about it. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, not that Donald Trump is a king or a monarch or anything like that. Let me just fix my seat, get a little closer here. New chair. So I do think that his family is going to take a back seat with some sadness. I do think that they are quite fond of him. His children speak extremely highly of him. His wife also, despite some of the readings and gossip that I've seen out there, people say, oh, they're not in a real marriage. He cheated. He did this. He did that. His wife has always spoken very highly of him. So I don't think that this is a breakup as much as it is kind of a disgruntled pause in some of the relations there. Now, look, politically, that's alarming. That is alarming. What do we have up top? Temperance. So I do think that there's going to be more attempts, guys. And those of you that have followed my channel for a bit, you know I call them fascinators instead of the A word. The guys that are, you know, doing this kind of stuff and this kind of stuff at golf courses and at rallies. I think we're going to see some stuff. I think we're gonna see some more things. I think the events that we saw in New Orleans and the one that we saw at Trump Tower in Las Vegas, I think we're going to see some more of this, guys. Health-wise, he's looking good. Looking good. I think he has been making some changes in order to be fully fit. That's a really good health reading right there. I think he has made some changes to be really fully fit. Is he still eating McDonald's? I think he is on occasion. But that's okay. That's okay. So now, like I said, I keep doing that. I keep putting my cards the wrong way. We're going to take a closer look at January. Let's see what his January is all about. January, it's so nice. I'm slipping on the sliding ice. That's from the Carole King, Really Rosie. January. We're just going to look at January. We're not going to break it down into personal, professional. So January is going to be a difficult month for him. There is going to be a lot of roadblocks that are put in place to disrupt the work. They're trying to stop the work that's happening. Over here, he already knows that he's on the outside of most of the political workings in the machine that is Washington, D.C. Down here, he has a good base, good people working for him. Up here, the work, and I've been saying this for a while, Vivek, what is his name? Elon Musk, have all been running simulations to make corrections to the issues that are coming up and the hurdles that are being put ahead of their administration. So they're already running AI simulations. They're problem solving what is going to be the biggest issues for them. So I think that's smart. I think that's good. And I think they will reveal that by the end of January once he is in office. How is that? I want to look at I almost said coronation. I want to look at the inauguration. Let's just see the inauguration. What are the top 3 good things that are going to happen? Top 3 bad things that are going to happen. Here's our top 3. Those are good things, and these are bad things. Top 3 good things. Anxiety. We're turning it. Ooh, that's interesting. So I'm sorry, I get so excited sometimes, guys. So the anxiety of the situation is going to abate. We are going to see an end of an era and a revelation of the shady behavior that's happened. There's going to be a big reveal by his administration on Inauguration Day. I think we're going to see his behavior with the former president or the sitting president Joe Biden. I think we're going to see some kind of revelation at the inauguration. I think something is going to be very, very interesting there. What are the bad things that are going to happen? That's interesting too. The bad things that are going to happen are going to be no patience, no time well spent, no addressing the baser instincts. We're going to see people, there's an individual. I really wonder if we're going to have a fascinator at the inauguration. I'm going to say it right now. I think possibly there's a fascinator at the inauguration. And if that's the case, this becomes a little bit alarming. Even though it's in the best section, it becomes a little bit alarming. And I wonder if this says that that fascinator is going to be successful, maybe make a little dent. So, if this is a bad thing, I'm going to have to look at this later. I'm going to have to go into a heavier meditation on the inauguration day. I have also, just so you guys know, I had a vision of him giving a speech from the back of a moving military vehicle, like on the back of a truck as it's moving away, and I don't know what that is. And it's very reminiscent of the fight that he did after the attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania. So we're going to see him really kind of embracing a moment, I think, at the inauguration. I'm a little worried about the inauguration now. We'll come back to that. We've got time. We've got time. We didn't even certify the election yet. For those of you that are outside of the United States, we do have to certify the election on January 6th. It's a famous day now because of the Joe Biden certification. Let's look at the second quarter of the year. Maybe that'll give us some more information. We're talking March, April, May, June. Personally, professionally, and health-wise. Personally, getting back together with family. The transition, he's understanding that I don't want to say neglect, because it's not neglect. He is extraordinarily busy. He's trying to find that pacing. This is a more challenging job than it was the first time. The first time things were bad. This time things are quite a mess. So politically, we're seeing him, that hermit. We're going to clarify this. He's got a good team that is disrupting that deep state. One of the things that we hear are that the Democrats are very concerned about him taking away everyone's rights and doing all kinds of things. But what he's going to do is take away the ability to cause a ruckus and to profit indefinitely, unlimited profit from being in a political situation. So I think that is something. It is not going to be as lucrative to become a politician as it once was. So we're going to see that happen. And I think that is going to happen fairly quickly. With Vivek and Elon working on DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, I think we're going to see some interesting things come out of that. I think they're really going to cut a lot of fat, which will be great. How is his health? His health, he wants to eat McDonald's. Like, I'm not kidding. He will be told time and time again that you have to, if you're working late, you can't have French fries at 3:00 in the morning. Can't, like, that's one of my Achilles heels. Like, I love French fries and sour cream. I will eat that all day long. That is a death row meal for me. Sour cream and French fries, and people think I'm nuts when I get it, or sour cream and or mayonnaise and French fries. I know. Some people don't like that. I will eat that, and it's just fat on carbs. Like, it is an indulgent meal. But that, I think, is something that he will indulge in when he's working late. Donald Trump, notably does not sleep very much. He only sleeps about 4 hours a night. He is a workaholic, which is really not good to not sleep. But he should do that. He should make an effort to sleep more, but lest he take naps in the middle of the day like Joe Biden, who took naps all day long. I'm calling a lid. I'm taking a nap. So let's see what Q3, July, August, September is going to look like. We're going to be well into the new administration, hopefully. So personally, professionally, health, personally, we've got more going on with the family. People are going to be upset about this. He's going to be giving out jobs to his family. His family is going to be groomed for positions in politics, for running the country while he's in. I don't know if this is like a legacy family, like the Kennedys or the Bushes or anything like that. I don't know if it's going to be for any length of time. I think they will always have some interest in politics, but will they be employed in the government? I'm not so sure. I don't know if that's really where all of them want to go. Ivanka is a very interesting individual. I don't know if she's the one that is going to be the successor. I think Barron, everyone's all eyes on Barron. He's like 7 feet tall. He's ginormous. So I do think that he's going to put, because these, and you have to understand, these are the trusted people in his world. This isn't about nepotism as much as it's about the level of trust. He was in government before, he was president once before, and he saw the backstabbing, he saw the machinations that went on behind the scenes, the lobbying, all of that stuff. He witnessed it. So he's well prepared for that to happen again. And who better to stick in there than your son, your daughter-in-law, your niece, your whomever? It makes a lot of sense. So I don't think that that is a terrible thing. Politically, we're going to see him really rallying, and there's that Hangman again. And I got 2 cards on this. I'm going to keep them out. So we've got, we're going to see a little bit more of the old Donald Trump come back. So this Donald Trump that campaigned seemed very different from the bombastic Donald Trump that we had in the first term, in the first campaign. I think we're going to see some of that come back. Not a lot, but I think he is going to be like, he was taking the piss out of Justin Trudeau. And he was like, you could be the governor of Canada, the great state of Canada. It's funny. It's funny. So, I think we're going to see him taking the piss out of a few people. The safe people, I don't think he's going to be going, hey, Putin, are you losing your hair? Like, he's not going to be doing things like that. But I think he is going to, sink his teeth into this job. And occasionally we're going to see that Donald Trump rear its head. People like Rachel Maddow are going to immediately run to that. People like Joe Scarborough are immediately going to run to it. Mika Brzezinski, she's worse than Joe Scarborough. But I think we'll see some of that. And I think it will be necessary. It'll be a bad look for a hot minute, but I do think it's necessary for him to do that, to let people know that he's got their number without being serious about it. Because if you do a quip, it's not quite the shot across the bow that Joe Biden was like notoriously doing. He was constantly shooting across the bow, sometimes weekly with like that. Don't, if you're going to do it, don't, like he did. Joe Biden made some mistakes with insulting world leaders and just, kind of trying to be a tough guy when he's really not. Donald Trump can be a tough guy, and how he dials it back is by being funny. He dials it back so that he's not being as mean and serious as he can be, but he's giving a suggestion of the seriousness that can come. So let's look at his health. His health, we are departing from what? Going from tough waters to smooth waters. Oh, he's going to be mad. He is going to start to take better care of himself. We're going to have a little slip. I think he's got someone who's managing his health pretty soundly. But I think he's going to slip just a little bit in that in the course of busyness, in the course of being really busy. So he'll get back on track. And I want you to understand, like, I'm not seeing that there's a health issue as much as I'm seeing there's a lifestyle issue, like an eating issue kind of thing. So you know, I love to eat. Who doesn't love to eat? You know, some people don't love to eat, but I love good food. I love good food. So let's go to October, November, December. So a full year from now, well, about a year from now, 9 months from now. Personally, professionally, and health-wise. Personally, we're going to have some conflicts. What are those conflicts? His family's going to be worried about him. They're going to be worried about the level of grace that he is going to give to some individuals. Is this a forgiveness like Mitch McConnell, you know, some of the people that went completely up against him, Mike Pence, I really felt was a turncoat, trying to preserve his own political career while he was, you know, in the certification of the election. I think Mike Pence could have conducted himself a little bit differently in that 2020 election during the certification. I think he could have kind of met in the middle. Instead, he firmly jumped on to the election as the election. Not that I'm, well, I am an election denier. I'm an election denier. I'm outing myself. I think the 2020 was stolen. I absolutely think it was stolen. There's no way. I didn't know enough people that voted for Joe Biden. So I do think that there's going to be some family discussions about how much grace he gives to individuals that have wronged him. And the Donald Trump that comes out of the fascination attempts, the Donald Trump that came out of that is a much kinder, more appreciative person. He is not looking to cause a ruckus. So, and he works every day at that. That's why these flare ups, these sarcastic comments that he's going to make are not going to be declarative statements of, you know, you do it, I'm gonna blow you off the face of the planet. He reserves that for, you know, the important conversations that he needs to have. But in the small conversations, the negotiations within government, he is going to have a much kinder hand. And his family is going to take issue with that because they think that he is being too kind. At the same time, he has to really find that balance. I think he's going to, by the end of the year, I think he's going to be able to negotiate that with his family. Here, the sun is coming out. This is about, you know, let bygones be bygones. I know that you did me dirty before, but we all need to work in government together. And I am going to be your torchbearer. I am going to bring order to the chaos that is the American government right now. Our government's too big. It's bloated. It's too big. It's really far too powerful in the scope of things. You know, we need to give some control back to the states. Federal government needs to kind of release some of the control. Give the control back to the states. We can vote on a smaller scale for the things that we want, we don't want. Roe versus Wade is one of those. You know, giving the idea of the states, just for people that are outside of the country, really is to manage citizens on a smaller scale. I have always said universal health care is a great idea, but they need to do it on a smaller scale. They need to do it state by state. I am talking from the most densely packed state in the United States, New Jersey. We have the most people per capita. We're crowded here. It's hard to drive. I hate to say it, but you need to aim small, miss small, to quote Mel Gibson in The Patriot. You need to aim small, miss small. So I do think that shrinking the federal government, getting rid of the bloat, finding out where the money is going, finding out where the money can be better appropriated, we do find that the states will be able to have some more importance. Our governors will become more important. In New Jersey, we have Governor Murphy. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Let my New Jersey accent will come out. New subs, every now and then I get angry and my New Jersey accent comes out really, really bad. And I go from Anna Miller to Anna Milla in like 5 minutes, and I get really, really frustrated, and my clock is ticking like this. So you'll hear it. Don't worry, you'll hear it. So I do think that he is going to try and rally and get the people that are in government, that are running government, to function a little bit better and to kind of get on the same page. He's going to be the guy who leads the pack on this, which is exactly what a president should do. He also is learning from the experience that he had before, from the fascination attempts that he had. He's going to come to the table with a life is very precious. Life is very short. We need to make things great for everyone in the country. And I think that is an amazing message from him. Now over here, we have his health, Queen of Wands. It's going to be holiday time. I'm not surprised. Radical change. He's gonna get a little wiggly on that. He's gonna go, I'm fine. Doctor says I'm fine. I can indulge. I can eat all of this roast chicken. So I do think he's going to do that. So, and I think that's okay. I make a beef Wellington for Christmas Eve for my father and my father-in-law. And they don't ordinarily eat like that year round. They both take fairly good care of themselves. My father takes exceptionally good care of himself. And it's an indulgence that they have once a year. I make a hell of a beef Wellington. So I make a red wine beef sauce reduction that goes on it. So it's delicious. So I do think that he'll be indulging, but with permission. So just to wrap up his year, let's see what can Donald Trump do to maximize his year? What can he do? What are the things he can do to have the best year possible? And I hope you guys can see me shuffling. If I move the camera back, my blocking is bad. So I don't want to do that, but trust me, I'm shuffling these cards. I really am. So what can he do to maximize his year, have the best year ever? It's the best year ever. So best year ever. We're looking at threes here. So we'll talk a little bit about the threes. So in the minor arcana, the numbered cards, these are the cards that we have in our regular playing deck. The threes are the final step of thinking, intellectual conception. So we're still working on the plan, not actually executing, but we're working together with everyone, and everyone gets happy because we do work within the letter of the law. Is this everything that he wants? No. Does he think that everything is going to work? Not exactly. He doesn't have the ability to execute everything that he wants to. He doesn't have the legal ability to make the changes that would be necessary for exceptional growth, exceptional success for the United States. But he's okay with that. He's going to be okay with it. He's going to say, well, this is the plan that we could do. And if we had X law or this law or that law not in place, if we didn't have this, that, or the other thing, we would be able to do this, and this would be the result. So he's going to demonstrate that. It's not going to be sellable in this year. So sitting back and keeping that enthusiasm and those ideas to himself and keeping them in his pocket for future years is going to be in his best interest. Idiom. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. It looks like it's going to be kind of a wild year. I think they're going to have a lot of interesting ideas. I think they're going to have a lot of interesting proposals for how the United States is going to run. I'm here for it. I hope you're here for it. This is great. We're going to have lots of cool readings coming up. So stick around because you're going to get like a long form every single day, and you're going to get a few lives too. So I'll try and keep you as advised in the community chat and also in the shorts. Like I said, I'm trying out a new cadence for my channel since I have all these bright, shiny new subscribers. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the future.